I am right here on the ground in Arizona, Maricopa County at the election audit. This is ground zero for election integrity, and it is inspiring to see these patriots who are out here working to make sure that we have truth in our elections. And I'm joined by some incredible folks: Senator Rogers, United States Air Force veteran, also Senator Borelli, United States Marine Corps veteran, both now serving in the Arizona Senate. They have been on the front lines fighting against the mainstream media, fighting against leftists, fighting against rhinos in the establishment to make sure that this process got done. And I want to turn now, Colonel Rogers, Senator Rogers, you've had the Biden administration actually coming after you and others, threatening you. Tell our viewers a little bit about what you said to Merrick Garland.
Well, this is up to Arizona to get to the bottom of the truth. It's not the DOJ's role to come in here and tell us what to do. This is the state of Arizona's responsibility. Specifically, this is the state Senate's responsibility. We take that obligation freely and without any mental reservation to get this done right, to get to the bottom of what 2020 was.
Yeah, and I understand he was actually threatening people in Arizona, saying that the DOJ was going to come after them. And I know that you, Air Force veteran, powerful senator, you stood right up to him. What did you let him know?
Well, I let them know that this is our job, not their job, and they need to stay away, and they need to let us do our job.
Absolutely, and they are. It is powerful to see. When you go down on that floor, you see patriotic citizens, Maricopa County voters, engaged in a process which has complete integrity to make sure that every single ballot is counted. I want to turn now, Senator Borelli, United States Marine Corps veteran. You served our country in the Marine Corps. Lots of fights you've been a part of. What's it been like being on the front lines of this fight for election integrity?
Well, it's actually been kind of disappointing on the pushback that we've been getting, because this shouldn't be a partisan issue.
Right.
This is an American issue. This is an American citizen issue. They're entitled to free and fair elections. It's our job, it's our duty to ensure that and make sure that it's provided properly. And to have pushback by a political subdivision is even more disappointing, because they're disrespecting their own constituents. We all took an oath. We all have a job to do. We have duty and honor. We have to honor and follow through with that, and that is to provide full, free, fair, clean elections. And to deny them or disrespect them or even insinuate that they're lying, is really disappointing.
Yeah, and Tudor, one of the things that's really powerful to see here is that everybody said, look, you're never going to get 100% of Americans to agree on who should be elected, but we should have 100% agreement among Americans that we have truth and transparency and integrity in our elections. And everyone who is involved in this process is about getting to the truth. Tell me, Senator, when you see this process, how has this shaped your view of your fellow citizens? I have to tell you, I was inspired to see all of these volunteers out here working.
Right. We've had over 2,000 people volunteering. I'm from northern Arizona, where there are 4 different counties that elected me. But this is the county that's the most populated. And this is really ground zero for Arizona. So it's so important that it be done right. Nowhere else has this been done, nor to this depth of inquiry or scope of audit.
Yeah, it is really impressive to see. I mean, Tudor, one of the things I will tell you as a Navy veteran is that the processes that they have in place, not just 2-person integrity, 3-person integrity, making sure there's a solid chain of custody, a flawless process to make sure that every single ballot is viewed multiple times by multiple people in a process that has quality checks at every level. It is the same level of transparency. It is the same level of checklist and thoughtfulness that you'd actually find in the United States military when somebody's doing nuclear maintenance. They have got this system locked down to make sure that there is integrity. Senator Borelli, what's your message to fellow patriots around the country as you think about what's happening here?
Well, you know, when they're attacking you and you're throwing flak at you, it means you're over the target. We're over the target, and if they're shooting at you, then obviously you're a threat. Well, you know, I just ask everybody, stick with us. We've stood up. You know, surrender is not in our creed. It's not in my creed. It's not in your creed. Just stick with us, and we know we're going to get a lot of shots, and that's okay. but we're going to get the job done, and because you're entitled to it.
Absolutely. There are warriors out here, Tudor, and they are willing to stand up to the mainstream media. They're willing to stand up to the left. They're willing to stand up to the establishment because the American people need to have integrity in our elections. I'm from Missouri. It's the show me state, and I will tell you, Arizona is showing all of us how to get this done right. Back to you, Tudor.